Welcome to Gamer Ability. I'm your host Sixpenny, and in today's video I'm going to provide my first tutorial for PGA Tour 2K21. One of the hardest parts of PGA Tour 2K21 is putting. So my first tutorial video is going to be teaching you how to putt. This video is going to be for really putters of all skill levels, from beginners, intermediate, advanced. I'm going to provide a new systematic approach that I have used really ever since the first golf club came out, and I've adapted to each game from the Golf Club 2, the Golf Club 2019, and PGA Tour 2K21. So today I'm going to teach you that approach, and I'm going to help you improve your gamer ability with putting in PGA Tour 2K21. So let's go ahead and jump into training, and let's learn how to putt. So from the main menu, click on training. I think one of the best ways to practice on this game, to learning the putting basics, is to go into the practice screen. So when you hit training, you're going to go down to practice in the menus. You're going to select the putting practice. Now on the putting green, you can hit B and it'll look like you're so far away, but just hold down right trigger, move to the green, and you can move the ball around anywhere on the green you would like. You can also change, so this hole is selected now. You can cycle with LB and RB to the different holes on the green. So let's start with the one on the left here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to start this short putt to show you my approach. So as we get on the green, I want you to approach the green and putting systematically. It involves 4 steps. The first step is determining how hard to hit it. The second step is to determine how much the putt is breaking and where to aim. The third step is to get your distance down by either doing a practice swing or just moving the stick back slowly and not following through, just to see where to hit it. Then the fourth step is to hit the ball. Okay, so let's start with the first step. Let's determine how hard we need to hit the ball. So it's going to preset where you need to hit it. So let's start. This is a 9-foot putt, uphill 1 inch. By what I've found is that how many inches uphill or downhill is, you're going to multiply that number by 1.25, and the number you get is going to be how many feet you need to aim further if it's uphill, or aim less if it's downhill. So this putt's uphill, so I know I need to move it at 1 foot more because it's 1 inch uphill, so that's the 10, but also 1.25, 1, not a big difference, but I do like to, on these short putts, hit it a little harder, so I'm going to add 1 more foot to it. Okay, so we determined how hard we need to hit it. Step number 2 is to determine where we need to aim. To do this, let's look at each grid point individually, starting with number 1. So hit Y, move the left or right stick, whichever one you don't use to swing, to look down at the green, and use right and left trigger to zoom in and out. Let's look at where the ball lies. The ball is basically sitting on the first grid point. So you're going to assign a number on how that segment's breaking. So we're going to split it up into 3 grid points here, because that's how many we have in this putt. First one is it's moving slower to the right than the last 2 are. So the first one, I'm going to assign a number 2. Now remember, there's no perfect system in golf. There's no perfect system in this game with putting to where you can make a putt each time. It all comes down to experience and practice. But with this systematic approach, you're going to approach putting the same way each time. You're going to start to learn patterns. So say, for example, I assign this a 2. And I go ahead and assign these numbers, aim that many spots to the left, and I miss it. How much did I miss it by? Well, I can decipher. I can be like, okay, I missed that by about 3 clicks is what I call them. How many, or 3 paces. So then the next hole, or the next shot, I can modify the green. I can modify the grid. So if this one was, I assigned it a 2, but it breaks more, then I need to assign it higher. So I need to assign it a 3 or a 4. So throughout your round, you'll be able to dial in how each green is breaking. And it's going to change from course to course. It's going to change from green speed to green speed. But this is just a systematic approach to learn and that you can grow and use to become a better putter. I've been using this putting system since the first golf club installment, and I've used it ever since, and I've adapted it to each game, and I would tell you it works, and it's made me a much better putter. So the first one I assigned it to, the second one is breaking a little bit more, about double it. I'm going to assign it a 4, so that's 6. Next one is about the same. I'm going to assign it a 4 as well, so that's 10. So that means, that number, what it tells me is I need to aim 10 clicks or 10 paces to the left. To do that, I'm going to very lightly move this aiming stick to the left. Very lightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm not moving it over all the way. I'm just very lightly clicking it to the left until my cursor moves, and then I stop. I'm not holding it down. So I think we have the break. Let's hit it. Let's get out of that menu. Let's do our putt preview to see how close we are. Okay, for some reason the putt preview is not showing here. Let's just hit it. So that was an interesting practice screen glitch. I don't know if you saw that. One thing I'll show you is turn on auto mulligans on the green so that you can just retry the shot from where you were. So we did splash it. I'm going to assume that was a make, but let's go back to that spot or around there and let's see. Okay, so this putt is 1 inch uphill, so we need to move it 10 and a little more. First one, let's assign that a 1, 2, the second one, and then a 2. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check putt preview. Okay, perfect. Now, remember step 3, practice by just moving it back and letting up. Or you can click the left stick in and actually practice swing, a full swing. In this, you can actually practice your accuracy. You want to keep the cursor as straight as you can on the follow through and backswing. So let's test it out. Get out of practice swing, hit the putt, and we drained our first putt. So let's move into a downhill putt and a little further. Let's move back to about 17 feet away, and let's take a look at the green from here. So it's really not appearing downhill on this shot. So I'm basically gonna, it's a 17-foot putt. I do see a few, it maybe not be, it's not showing it's downhill, but if you pay attention to the grid lines, you can see that they're slowly moving downhill, but it's not enough to register. So I am gonna move the marker to 16 feet. And let's go ahead, let's go to step 2. Let's see where we need to aim. So let's assign each grid point a number. So my ball is in the middle. So what I do in this situation, I look at the grid behind and forward. So I'm going to go with the grid behind. It's moving pretty quickly, quicker than all the others. So I'm going to assign that a 7. Now I'm going to half that since my ball's in the middle. So I'm just going to give it a 4. Let's move to the first grid line. So we already are at a 4. I'm going to give that a 5, so I'm up to 9. Give the next one a 6. 11. Give the next one a 7. 18. Give the next one, it's a little about the same, maybe a little less. 6. 24. 1, 2. And let's go ahead. Let's go through that again so you can kind of get a grasp of how I'm doing this. So I'm in the middle. I look at the grid line in the back. That's about, to me, 7. So I'm going to half that, 3.5. I'm going to round up to 4. The first grid line I'm going to assign as a 6. So 10. I know I changed that. I'm going to change the next one. It's breaking a little less as a 5, 15. The next one a 5, 20. The next one a 4, 24. The next one a 3, 27. So I think I need to aim 27 clicks to the right. So let's test that out. So very lightly. Okay, and let's hit putt preview. So close, very close. So I underestimated some of the break. All we need to, it's probably the first few. They were probably about 2 extra each. So let's add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's test it out. It's barely gonna miss, so 5. And then step number 3, learn your distance, get a feel for the shot, and then hit the shot. As you can see, you're still going to miss putts. You're not going to be perfect every time. But if you can get within a couple inches or within a foot, you're going to greatly improve your golf game. So let's move to a harder putt on the green. A harder hole. Let's move here. Let's do a 5-inch downhill 31-foot putt. As you can already see, this is a much more challenging putt. So let's break it down and take a look, starting at step 1. This putt is a 31-foot putt and downhill 4 inches. So I need to move my cursor back 4 feet because it's down 4 inches. So remember, it's 1.25. So I'm going to move it to 27. And then once we're at 27, for every 4 that you moved, 4 feet you moved, you're going to move 1 more. So I'm going to move it to 26. Once we're at 26, we have our distance down. Let's look at the break. So zoom out. Let's take a look at it's breaking a lot. Look where the ball is lying. It's basically lying on a grid line. And that grid line is breaking a lot. Way more than any grid on the last putt. And just look at it. You can see the slope. On this putt, I'm going to assign this a big number. I'm going to go with 20. I'm going to go for the first 3 25s. So 25, 50, 75. I'm going to go 20 on the next one. Yep, 20, 85, 95, and then about, the other one is about 15, 110, and it's that one shoots up again about 20, 130, 110. Let's assign that one a 5, 115, 116, 117, and then the last one's breaking to the left. So I know that's overwhelming. You hear those numbers, you're like, that's too much. I will tell you, the more you practice this, it's going to get easy. And let me give you a tip here. Use your fingers to count. For every 10 clicks or paces to the left, put a finger up on your left hand or whatever hand you're using, and then go from there. And do that. So when we know we need to move it a lot, let's try it. And it's not going to be perfect. I can tell you, I probably did not go specifically that many clicks to the left. There's no way. And now I'm going to hit A. Let's test. Let's see how close we are. And that was a perfect read. It's so satisfying when that happens. It's very difficult to get there. You would not be there right away. This is an advanced putt. This is a very difficult putt. But if you can get the distance down and and start to learn what numbers to assign. So when you go into this practice green and you can even play through this with me. Do the same putt. Learn the system. Get used to it. But you are going to become a better putter. So let's remember step 3. We have the putt. We know we can make it. We just got to hit it and execute. I think I came up a little soft on that. We'll see if it still carries in. Perfect. There you have it. So you can do this. It takes time. It takes practice. Now, this is the first part of my part 1 of the putting tutorial video. In part 2, I'm actually going to be playing around on an actual course and showing you and looking specifically at the putting. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you use this approach, I will tell you this is going to help your putting game. Use this systematic approach, learn the grids, learn the greens, work on your ability to control the power of a putt, and you will improve your gamer ability. And I'm here to help. So I will be doing more tutorial videos on other aspects of the games. If you have any questions about this, leave a question in the comment section. Let me know. I will be doing some full tutorial rounds in the future as well, to where the whole thing is going to be a tutorial, and I'm going to stream live on Twitch. So if you have any questions, you can just drop into the live stream, click on the Twitch link in the description. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and keep coming back for more content like this and to improve your gamer ability.